All right, really quick prayer. Father, bless this meeting today. Bless the people that showed up. Help them to be directed to the people you want them to be a blessing to. And most importantly, bless our opportunity. All right, here we go, guys. We're going to talk about social media, expanding your reach today. I'm going to run through a few things that you guys may have heard in the past, but it's going to be really important that you grab a pen and paper and that you take some notes. And then this is going to be a working session. So I am going to be asking many of you near the end of our presentation to share your screen so I can see what it is that you're doing. You want to get in the habit of doing a few things. When you leave this, you're going to have eight items you want to do every day, and you're going to put a system in place so that you can attract people to your co-op business. We're going to just briefly, we're not going to talk a lot about this because we've done that part in the past about cleaning up your Facebook pages and your cover page, your bio. We want you to create a link tree, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But we definitely, today, everybody should leave with a post. You're going to do a post today, and we're going to everybody that's on the call today, will go on to you guys' pages and like your post so that you have some engagement. But I'm going to share a few things with you, and then I'm going to have you do some homework, okay? And this is all about, today is about expanding your reach. We'll be going into some different tips and tricks along the way, but today we're going to talk about expanding your reach, okay? But quickly, these are going to be the 8 things that you want to do every day. And these, I do them in this order, and I was ordering them out, but you absolutely 100%, before you even do all of this, get yourself in a great state. Put on some music, do something that's going to really get you in a great state. Do your prayer, your meditation, an hour of empowerment. I know Terrence loves to read. I actually listen to a lot of things. I sent you guys in the group today that Magic Johnson interview, golden nuggets. Please make sure you take some time and listen to that and teach. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding value first. Before we ask anybody for anything, we're going to add value. And the more you add value, the more people will start wanting to they want to be a part of what you're doing because you're adding value. So I'm going to talk to you guys in the order that I do it. The first thing that I do, I send out my birthday wishes and in a private message. It's going to be really important. The name of the game is to get engagement. Okay, you want to get engagement. We used to do this, and this is all trial and error, and I'm just telling you things that absolutely work. And I'm going to show you exactly, we're going to go live onto my Facebook, and I'm going to show you exactly what I say. I'm going to give you the scripts of what to do, but I'm going to have you see exactly what I do. So the first thing I do every day is to make sure that I send out my birthday reminders. Again, this is to create engagement. When you send out your birthday reminder, and we'll talk about that as we get to that stage, you're going to always want to ask a question, okay? And then the next thing that I do after I do their birthday reminders is that I go into the different groups that I'm in, and I like people's comments, or I share, or I let my your storyline run at the top of your computer, even if you're really not paying attention, because when you get ready to go and post something, when you post to your story, because you watch so many, let's say 30 minutes of stories, your story will go out to more people. Every time you put a post out, you want to make sure that it goes out public. You do not want to say to my friends only or to this group. You want to make sure everything you post goes public. So the more you're engaging on other people's posts and other people's things, that's going to give you more reach. Okay, so we'll talk about that when we get down to that. So that's the second thing I do. I go into different groups that I'm in, and I like and comment on people's posts, and I comment. The next thing I do, actually, before I do that, I look, and if there's somebody that asked me to be a friend, because I get friend requests, I always send them a message. Don't ever just confirm somebody. You want to see our goal at the end of our time is to make sure that you get to 5,000 friends, okay? Or 4,996, that's where I'm at right now, 4,996. Because I always want to leave room for people that want to ask me to be my friend, and I'll show you exactly how I do that. Don't just confirm people, right? Unless it's somebody that you sent out, and I'll teach you guys the difference. But you want to be expanding your reach by sending out 10 new friend requests a day. And how you do that is you give a person a compliment. So when you're in these new groups, and I'm going to teach you how to go into new groups to find friends, and also friends of friends that you know, when you look on their page and you see that, oh, wow, this person is an entrepreneur, or this person is very positive, this person is very motivating, those are going to be people you're going to want to send a friend request to, but you're going to send it and you're going to say, hey, I saw your post on, okay, I'm going to use the women's group because that's the one that I do a lot of my inviting from. Hey, I saw your post on the women's group. I love the comment that you said. I'd love to connect with you. And then you're going to, request to be their friends. Your goal every day is to send out at least 10 new friend requests a day. Because at the end of the month, if you send out 10 and maybe let's say half of those people have said, yes, you got 150 new friends that are aligned, at least you believe that they're aligned because you've looked at their page and you see what they're up to. And when I get you to some of these women's groups, these mommy groups, and we're going to ask you guys what it is that you like another big group, you're going to go and you're going to find some of your role models, people that you listen to, that you like, of course, for me, Tony Robbins, right? I'm going to show you in some of the Tony Robbins groups what you can do to align with people that have the right mindset. Remember, guys, we're looking for the 2%ers, right? So that's the next thing you do. You want to send out 10 friend requests. You want to also reach out to people that you already know, but you have not connected with them in a while. And I'm going to give you a script of what you're going to say to those people. You just want to find out really basically what's going on in their world before you start talking about co-op. You are not going to be spamming people. This is not Spammer Anderson, as Sonica always says. This is about connection and creating relationships so that you have a relationship with those people. Now you can go in and tell you and talk to them about what it is that we're doing. Remind me too, on the birthday wishes, you're going to see people who are raising money for certain things. Yes, that's going to be a good door opener to talk about co-op, but you're going to talk about it in a specific way. And I have the script for you for that. Everything that I'm going to tell you, I really have scripts out there for you. You want to have cleaned up your Facebook or this is like your social media footprint. You want it to be clean, and you want when people, because they're going to go check you out, believe it, because you're going to be asking to be their friend. They're going to want to make sure that you're a positive person. So you're going to want to be putting things out there that add value. Please write that down. We are here to add value to the world. Add value meaning you want to be adding positive messages out there. If you have a Bible verse that you just love, put that out there. If you have a saying that you love, like the other day, I put a whole montage of stuff from Warren Buffett, right? Because my whole thing is getting people to understand about their financial thermostat right now. And a few days before that, I asked a question, what would you do if you were given $1 million? And I'm just waiting for people. So there's going to be a rhythm to what you do. Some days you're going to just be purely adding value. Next couple of days, you'll be adding a question so that you get engagement, so people will give you answers. And then you'll put a little seed out there about the business on another day. So you'll have, add value, a little question engagement, and then you'll have one that'll be a little bit about the business, but we never, ever, ever want to put co-op, like the logo of Co-op Crowd or the put co-op videos and stuff on our front pages ever, 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 ever. And I'm going to tell you and teach you why. You want curiosity. Curiosity kills a cat. You want to have a private conversation with most of these people. And again, you always want to have a VBR set. Every week you should have a VBR, every single week. I know we have presentations and you want to invite people to the big presentations, of course, but you also want to have a VBR. And if you don't have a VBR going, have it for the people in your group where they have a private presentation for their people and it's driving. You should always have multiple VBRs going. Of course, you guys know tomorrow I have the team VBR at 6 o'clock. So make sure that you are inviting for tomorrow and we'll talk about that on today. Okay, so let's get going. This is going to be really quick. You want to clean up your Facebook, your photo, your bio, and your cover page. You can use something called Photo Room. It's a free app. It'll remove backgrounds. See how I had all of this stuff behind my head before, and it removed that picture and everything so that my little picture on that little circle, when you see it on your Facebook page, it was clean. It didn't have all that clutter behind it. So I just cleaned it up. And then this was my old cover page, and I just did a cover page, edit my cover page because it was a mess. Your cover page, people want, when they come to your page, you want them to be able to know who you are. So, I just come up with a statement. I work with people who desire to have a change in their finances and their mindset, and I can help you too. Send me a message and I'll respond. And then I just put a few bullet points about what it is that I do, a mindset mentor, international team builder, inspirational speaker, whatever you think yourself, put it out there so people can see, oh yeah, this is somebody I want to connect with. And then we'll talk a little bit about link trees on our last thing. And I'm going to, give that as an assignment for you guys to set up your own link tree. Okay. The bio transformation, you definitely want to transform and have your bio. I've seen so many people's pages where they don't have a bio. Let me go back so you can see. The bio is the little thing at the bottom here that comes up under your name. You want to use that as a little boasting about who you are. You want to have your bio needs to say you're helping who to do what, or you're on a mission to do something for who. So people can say, okay, I'm on a mission. I'm helping women change their finances. I'm helping people. I'm helping, students do this. Or I'm helping single moms do this, because people are going to relate to you because of what you put in your bio. Use that. That is the best thing. Facebook is the biggest, easiest advertising thing that there is. So see, I changed mine to say, I help people solve problems. I can help you find financial solutions. That's it. So if somebody's looking for a financial solution, boom, they can call me, right? Oh yeah, I need some help. I got problems, whatever you decide, you can put whatever. But again, it's I help who to do what, or I'm on a mission to do what. You want to just transform your bio, okay? Your link tree is a link that you can put on there if you have different things. Like, obviously you guys know I work for Tony Robbins, so I put a link on there about Tony Robbins, and I put a link on there about co-op, successfully raising money. I also have a thing that you can, teaching people about cryptocurrency. So I have different little things. You want to, when people come to check you out, you want to have some things about who you are, a little page about who you are, what you believe. You just create a link tree for yourself. Instead of putting all of that information on your front page of your Facebook, you can go and do that. So I'm running and I'm talking fast because I really want to get to this today. Okay. How we help you to create deeper relationships. Okay. And remember, friends are people who just listen to, they really ask you how you're doing and they really wait to hear an answer. Right. So if you really care about people, this is what you want to come across, that you really, let people know that you really care about them. So let's talk about a couple things. First group of people I want you to find. So this is going to be one of our first assignments. When we come tonight to the, part where I'm going to ask you to open up your pages, I want you to find all of your friends that have been in various network marketing companies. Okay. I want you to find that. And I'm going to give you a couple examples. We're getting some feedback. Let me mute this. Okay. So what we're going to do, one of the things that we're going to do tonight is we want to find your people who have been in other companies. Okay. So ACN, Juice Plus, Melaleuca, doTERRA, Young Living, Herbalife, Mary Kay. You're going to search on those names, and under the About section, when you click on that company, and I'm going to do it live for you guys in a sec, you're going to see that it's going to tell you how many other people like this, and then it's going to tell you how many of your friends. So in this particular one, I did doTERRA. I have there's 1.4 million people who like doTERRA, which is a network marketing company. Most people who say they like it, either they like the product or they were probably a rep in this company, right? I have 65 of those people that are my friends that like this product, right? Or like this company. So those are really great people for me to start to reconnect with, find out what they're up to. Now, when I was a novice in this, I will say, when I first got started, I kind of spammed these people because I already knew that these are people in network marketing. So I just like, oh, you got to have, this is the best things in sliced bread. You do not want to do that. So I'm teaching you guys what to do based on what I did in the past that did not work. Okay. So first thing you want to do is you want to find those people in these companies. Again, the assignment is going to be Mary Kay, ACN, Juice Plus, Melaleuca, doTERRA, Young Living, and Herbalife. And if there's any other ones that somebody want to come off mute, you can tell us and we'll write those down. But let me go live and share with you guys. Let me do one so you guys can see. Let's pause this. Go. And I apologize. I know that I'm going a little fast today, but I really want to make sure that you guys get the most out of this session today. So I'm going to go to my Facebook. Okay, so this is my Facebook. So what you would do, let me just go to my page. Like when you open up, this is normally what you're going to see, your own page, or you're going to see, or it's going to be here where you're going to see all the stuff, okay? So what you do here is you just type under the search, and I'll type Mary Kay. And Vonnie's going to love that. She's one of our Mary Kay representatives here on our call. You see how I typed in Mary Kay here? Oh, wait, am I sharing? Jeez. Yes. Okay, great. Mary Kay there. And then you're going to hit the Mary Kay button here. And then you're going to see right here under the About section, it tells you 3.5 million people like Mary Kay, including 44 of my friends. So you want to go to the very last person. There's a little 3 dots and you can click that and it'll say, see all of my friends. So these are all of my friends, which is interesting. This young lady here, and I have to tell you guys a story about this. She signed up with me into Co-op from a birthday reminder. I sent her a reminder about her birthday and she was raising money for something. And I just used the script I'm going to teach you. And she signed up, but I haven't really been, but I didn't even know she was a Mary Kay person, but here you go. So all of these people are my personal friends that are like Mary Kay. So I can go and try to talk to all of these people. And I don't know how many was that again? That was 44 people right there. So some of you guys are already telling me that, oh, I'm running out of people. You're never going to run out of people, because I could actually go to any of these people who are my friends, go to any of these people. Cynthia, like I know Cynthia very well. She used to work with us. Go to her page, and we're also going to have other friends in common. So I can go to her friends and look at her friends. So I'm never going to run out of people. You see? So it's all of these people are my mutual friends with her. But that's another tip. But let's go back to the Mary Kay thing, that everybody understand and get how to get your friends that are in different network marketings. I can do Juice Plus as well. Let's do Juice Plus. So there's Juice Plus there. I have Juice Plus here. Click on Juice Plus. And again, it's going to tell you under this little About section, 753,000 people like this, including 115 of my friends. You go to the last person, hit on the 3 dots, and there's my 115 of my friends that like Juice Plus. So when I asked you if you can make a list of 50 people, you absolutely can make a list of 50 people. These are your own friends, okay? And you might not have as many as this, because I do have a lot of friends on Facebook because I've grown it over the years, but that's a good start. Okay, guys? Any questions on that part? Everybody feel comfortable that they can go onto their Facebook, search for a company. ACN would be another one. I don't know if ACN, let me just see. ACN. And here again, ACN. There it is. 158,000 people like it, 45 of my friends. If I click on the 3 dots, there's all of my friends. There's one of our girls, Carol. Hey, Carol. She's on our team and on this call. But there you go. There's all of my friends that like, it's so funny. This guy, LT Money, he's on like 2 or 3 different network marketing things. So that's interesting. So anyway, there's one tip for you guys. While we're live on Facebook, let me go ahead and share with you guys groups. So what we're going to do later today, I'm going to ask you, I'm going to have you put down four quadrants. You're going to tell me either a person that you like, a thing that you like, some things that you like to do, something that you want to own, Okay, so I'm gonna go, I love empowerment. So what I did is I would go in here and I would put in empowerment, right? I'll just go to this, I'll just go to my groups. Most of you guys are already in groups. You have to hit this button and go to your groups, but no, let me just search for something. Let me search for something different. Okay, can somebody tell me something that they like? And I can, or I'll just go to here, mommy groups. Work from home for moms, right? Work from home for moms, work from home groups. I think you can type in anything, but it'll find mommy, single mom groups. That's what I was going to write. I'm trying to think of something. Single mom groups. And then there's going to be some work from home groups. So then all you do is you look in here and you can find moms working from home and loving it. Here's a public group. It has 11,000 people in it. Female entrepreneurs on the rise, a public group, 13,000 members. Okay. Moms looking for work from home jobs in Georgia, 26,000 people. They're looking for work from home. And this is just in Georgia. So guys, you can easily go in here and you can read the rules. You're not going to go in spamming. Here's what you guys want to do whenever you get into a group. You never, ever want to go out and start spamming them. Oh, this is, we got the best thing. Oh, that's terrible. Anything that somebody else is doing, you never, ever put them down. You always want to be positive in the groups. And most of the time, the best thing you can do is go into a group and then you can go in here and you can, like people's comments and say different things. People will give their testimonies and you can just join the groups and start. And then as you build up, you can start posting. One of my favorite groups, I've invited many of you guys to this group because it's so big, it's huge. It's called Women Helping Women Entrepreneurs. There's 512,000 women in this group, and there's men in this group too, not just women. But this is like my favorite group. I go in here every day just about, and I read people's comments and people, they have their little posts about what they're doing and they ask questions. Does your morning routine need some work? They ask questions and people mostly respond. And then, they have different little things here. It hasn't been as much engagement lately, but usually it's a lot of engagement. We found one, I'll show you guys one thing that I saved, a post that we've been working through, a list. And once you get into these groups, you're gonna see people putting different things out there, but here's one. Go to a saved. This came from this women's group, and you guys won't even believe it if I told you. This is from this women's group. This is another one, this was another post that somebody put in there, a flexible side hustle with no selling or recruiting, and people started writing under it. But anyway, this post came up in this group, and this was on July 18th. This post came up. This lady wrote, oh, I write grants for people, blah, 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 blah. Is there any women seeking women business owners in need of funding? So I'm like, what? She had 1.2 thousand people respond that they needed help finding funding. Doesn't that sound like a great list for us to go after? Of course. Now all we do is we go in and we talk to these people. We just, the people who are in the group, we started taking this post. There's 1,200 people that needed funding. We got through probably about 150 of these names, inviting them, getting to know them, inviting them to tell them what we're doing. So I'm going to share with you how this is so valuable when you talk about expanding your reach. Things like this, when you get in these groups, you're going to see this is like a golden nugget. I just wanted you guys to see people put these kind of things out there. We have another person on our team that is an Uber driver. He's an Uber driver, and he is, just to show you this, we look for Uber driver groups. Look at this. Now, what do you think Uber drivers are trying to do? Don't you think they're trying to make money? Of course they are. But here is a whole group, Uber driver group, 9,910. And this is just in New York and New Jersey. These are Uber drivers in Florida, 1.2 million. Uber drivers USA, 1.2. These group is so amazing. Here's one that's 21,000 members. Those are all people who are looking for, obviously they started Uber because they're trying to make money on the side or making it their career. Not all of them are going to have the right mindset, guys, but just sharing with you, there's tons of people out there looking for work. I mean, looking for opportunity. So that was another big, group, because we had people, that's what they did. We have people that like cryptocurrency. You guys won't believe that. I'm just sharing with you how you can go to cryptocurrency. What you want to do is you want to look before joining any of these groups, you want to go into the group and look at, first of all, is it a public group? Yes, it's public, meaning anybody can join. How many posts do they have a day? You want anything like 50 or more. Here, the cryptocurrency is so huge. There's 77,000 members in this group. They have 790 posts a day. Some of them, they're not going to just let you post anything in it. So you got to read the rules. But there's some of them that say, here, this one might be a good one. Online opportunities in cryptocurrency, 163,000 members, 360 posts a day. So instead of you going and just posting about co-op, read other people's posts, because sometimes people are in there saying, hey, I'm looking for an opportunity, or I'm looking for something. You see what I'm saying? So this is like so great. Cryptocurrency is so huge. 225,000 members, 114,000 members, 82,000 members. Is there anybody on this call right now can understand that when I'm saying you can find 3 people, you can expand your list? So I'll share with you how you do it in just a second. Let me give you another one. It doesn't have to be cryptocurrency or anything. It can be, oh, you know what? I forgot to send Maya the darn link. Shoot. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. Oh, should just have to catch up. I have to catch up with that. Okay. So, make sure I'm sharing my screen again. So guys, yes, you can look at any group. Let me try to think of another one. I sit down with a lot of people and we go through these and I help them find all kind of groups. Elijah, I see you're on here. I think we found one for you. Sometimes people say Christian groups, right? Like I want to be a Christian group. Let's make that a little bit, Christian business owners or entrepreneurs. It doesn't matter. Christian Business Network, okay? See, these are groups. So make sure you go to groups, and then you can look, Christian Business Network group. There's 1,100. This one has Florida Business Networking, 109,000, 61,000. Networkers, you can do network marketing. There's all kind of groups you can join so that you can start to meet people. An entrepreneur mindset, 161,000 members. So this is about motivation, success, hustle, 50 posts a day, 161,000 people in there. Christian Women Business Network, 615 members. You're only looking for 3 people, guys. So just understand that there's millions of people out here, especially when you start looking at Facebook. So let me go back to the presentation. That's enough about joining groups. Let's go back to the presentation because I want you guys to get some of the scripts. And if you have questions, please raise your hand. Feel free. Or maybe I can't see raise hand. Just come off of mute and just ask if you have a question. Sorry about that. Get you guys back where we're at. So that's the number one thing, going into groups, joining groups, adding value in groups. If you found something like today, when I found that Magic Johnson thing, I went into a couple of my groups. I shared that was an amazing, amazing interview with some golden nuggets. So I'm adding value to the group. I'm not going in there just slamming them about co-op. You got to understand, when people see that you're adding value, you're not a taker, you're going to get more friends and more people are going to attract to you. So here's what you want to, this is the direct message or private message that you're going to send to people when they request to be your friend. I meant to show you guys that, go back on. When they want to be your friend, you're going to send them this. Hi, Michelle, thank you so much for sending me a friend request and connecting. I was just wondering, where did we first meet, or where did you find me? Because here's the thing, some people are going to find you in different groups and they see that you're adding value. They want to be your friend. So you want to know where. So you start knowing where you're going to spend more of your time. So what are you up to these days? Let's figure out how we can get to know each other better and support one another. Looking forward to hearing from you. I never just add people as my friend. I want them to see if they're going to be conversational. We're trying to add people to our, get to our 5,000 who are going to be back and forth with us. That don't mean that they have to necessarily join co-op, but people that you can add value to, and then you'll find out, because once you start putting out your post, because now they're your friend, it's going to go on their post. I had a lady like that yesterday. She said, I saw your post on somebody else's page that asked me to be a friend, but she was trying to get me into something that she was in, and I'm not going to do that. And right now I only have 4 spots left for friends, so I didn't add her. But anyway, you'll get to that point where you're going to be choosy about who you add. But this is what you want to say to people who want to be your friend. And then when is their birthday? This is what I'm getting a lot of engagement from. Honestly, I can't even hardly keep up with it because people love to tell you what they're doing. So when it's someone's birthday, and I'm going to show you guys, and then we're going to do it, you want to write this to them. Hey, John, happy birthday. I trust that you're having an amazing day or a kick butt day and a blessed year ahead. Any special plans for your birthday? Or how are you planning on celebrating your birthday? You always want to end with a question, and you want to send this in a private message. See, we used to just write to people on their front page, hey, happy birthday, but that's not creating engagement. You want engagement. So you want to do this in a private message to them. And once they write back, you're going to say, wow, I'm glad to hear you had an enjoyable time. So what is it that you're up to these days? Anything new and exciting happening with you? They're going to tell you something. Oh, I'm just working, or I'm about to retire. This COVID thing is blah, 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 whatever. They're going to tell you something. And then they're going to ask you the most incredible question. What are you up to? And guys, I don't teach you anything other than what we teach in the new members. And I'm going to tell you what to do. On a side note, you're going to notice when you're sending out birthday reminders that some people are raising money for a certain cause. I always send this message. Hey, by the way, I noticed you were raising money for St. Jude's. I wanted to share with you a powerful way to raise money for your causes, including personal and business. I'd love to share it with you. We are very successful at raising funds. And I leave it like that so they can come back to me and say, what is it? Now, in the past, I used to send my link out to people, and that's how that young lady, Monica, rolled, because I sent this to her and I sent her my link, but she doesn't fully understand the business and, yada, yada. So anyway, don't do that. Don't send your link. Send them this so that they come back to you and ask you, what is it, right? You always want somebody to come back and ask you, what is it? When they do, we're going to tell you what, the same thing, all of these, when they come back and ask you what it is, you're going to end with what I'm going to share in a few seconds. But here's another thing. You remember, a part of your 8 things that you're going to do is you're going to connect with people who you have not connected with. You're going to do 10 of those a day as well. You want to say to a person, hey, whatever their name is, I just ran across your picture. I know we haven't connected in a while. Let's change that. I'd love to catch up with you and find out what's new with you. How have you been? And anything new Oh, I'm sorry, that's supposed to say anything new to share. Do you have anything new to share? Or any exciting news to share? Sorry about that, guys. So once you, because I have all these scripts already written out, so just take screenshots. You want to wait for an answer. Of course, the goal is always for them to tell you what's going on in their life. And you want it to be a reason for you to speak with them so that you can invite them to a presentation, but you really want to listen. So this comes straight from new members. Please always talk normal to your friends and your family. Don't talk like a robot. You know, you want to find out what's going on in their life, what's important to them. And I mean, really listen. They're going to tell you, oh, you know what? Things are really tight right now, whatever. I'm looking to get out of this job. I'm tired of working, whatever. And then you will have an opportunity, an opening will come because they're going to ask you what you're doing. And you're going to say, look, John, I recently started a new project, which is helping people create residual money without pushing any product. I think this could be a solution for you to get out of that job you've been wanting to get out of. Let me ask you a question, and then you can ask them one of our peak interest questions. Guys, this is not like rocket science. I don't do this in direct messages. I actually try to get the people from here when they tell me what's going on with them. Hey, I'd love to catch up with you. Is it possible I can give you a really quick call? Or if they say, even back here, oh yeah, they tell you what's going on with you and they say, hey, I got something exciting to share with you. Can I give you a quick call? Try to get them on the phone so they can hear your voice. Guys, you don't understand how powerful it is if a person can hear that you're real. Even these people that you're creating a new relationship with, that they can hear your voice, that you're real. Sometimes I will even do those beginning things as voice text instead of texting the DM part, okay? And they just ask these two questions and they're gonna ask you what, yes, of course, what is it? And you're gonna go to our famous, I'm new, I don't wanna mess it up. I have a private call. I want you guys to really get into doing a private VBR. I have a private call coming up. I'd love for you to hear from one of my leaders, one of the experts, so I don't mess it up. And then just invite them straight over. Okay. All right. So now it's your turn. I told you guys this was going to be a working session. I need you to grab a pen and paper if you haven't done so already. Hopefully you have. I need you to make a what is this called? Like a cross. Make like a cross and put the 4 boxes. The first box, you're going to put people. Across from that, places. From the bottom, you're going to put product and passions. People, places, product, and passion. Let me check my time and get a sip of water. Oh, you know what? Before I go into this section, let me stop for a second and open it up. Does anybody have any questions or comments? Questions or comments?
Yeah, this is Carol. I don't know how to take a screenshot from my phone.
Okay. What kind of phone do you have?
I have an iPhone.
Anybody iPhone here know how to take screenshots on iPhones? I know how to do it on an Android. I don't have an iPhone. Any iPhone people out there?
Sorry.
Okay. So Carol, your homework is going to be go to Google, or even go to YouTube and type how to take a screenshot with an iPhone.
Okay, thank you.
And they will tell you.
All right, thanks.
If you're on an Android, you just need to push the down sound button and the on and off at the same time, and that's how you take a screenshot. If you're on a computer, remember I gave you guys snip it and clip it, snip and clip. Well, you can always snip and clip all of these, okay? I will put this recording in our Telegram group, so you guys will have it. Okay, let's rock and roll. So everybody have people, places, products, and passions. Excellent. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and find you some groups and some things to join. Under the word people, I want you to write the names of 3 to 5 people that you look up to, that you admire, you like their work, they're inspiring to you. Okay, so just write the names down, like show you with Tony Robbins or Les Brown for me, you know, those kind of people that I like. Just write those names down and we'll pick somebody in a second and we're going to go live and I'm going to share with you how to join some of the groups that they're in. Places, this is a fun one. Places that you want to travel to or places that you love. Going to write some places down, you know, Hawaii, Australia, Dubai, you know, wherever you want to travel to, Africa, Europe, Rome. I love food in Rome. Never been to Paris, believe it or not. Been to so many countries. I've never been to Paris, never been to France. But you can write those places down. Products, under products, you want to write 3 to 5 on each of these guys. Products, you want to write down something that you would like to own, something that you like, something that you really like or something that you would like to own. You know, like men, they like different kind of cars, you know, Maserati, whatever. I don't know what they are. I'm not a car person. I'm not a product person. I like, you know, give me Walmart and I'm good to go. And then under passion, something that you're passionate about, you know, and this is going to be a tip for you guys under your passion. Like for me, everybody knows I love sports. I'm the biggest Pittsburgh sports fan, Steeler fan first. You know, I love the Pirates. I love, you know, I love the Lakers because we don't have a basketball team. I grew up, my uncle raised us on the Lakers, you know, so everybody knows that those are kind of like my teams and what I like. And when you start, you know, Penguins, you know, when you start Pitt football, you know, when you start this, your passion, you could be passionate about. Now, one of our teammates, her name's Denise. She was like, you know what I love to do? I love being in my garden. I love gardening. I said, okay, great. Let's go look for some gardening groups for you. She joined about 4 or 5 gardening groups and she just, it's like her passion. She like loves it. Oh my goodness, I learned how to do this and that. And she's meeting people in these groups. And she was so surprised. One in Pittsburgh was like 40 or 50,000 people in these gardening groups. So it's incredible how you can break, you know, things that you love to do, other people love to do it too. So don't just put down that, you know, oh, my passion is about, you know, always about making money. What else are you passionate about? You know, a lot of people, they're passionate about, you know, whatever religion they're in, right? And there's other groups and other people passionate. So when you go into these groups, you're going to be talking the language of the people that love, you know, things like, you know, like I love the Steelers. So I'm obviously a part of the Steeler group, right? So you could talk, you know, I could talk mess and say, you know, I wish we would have went for a young quarterback this year. Just if we're going to lose, we might as well lose with a young one. So what I'm saying is you're creating relationship, guys. This is about creating relationships so that you can talk with people. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to share with you guys. Did everybody write down? Does everybody at least have 3 to 5, just even total? You don't have to have 3 to 5 under each one. 3 to 5. Does everybody have 3 to 5?
Yes.
Is there anybody that needs extra time? Okay, great. We're going to go live and I'm getting ready to pick on somebody so that somebody can tell me. Let's go live. As you guys know how I like to do the real thing. Let's go live. Share with you guys how you make this work. I already showed you guys how to get groups. Oh, we got somebody on the outside waiting. Wanda Bracy. Oh, goodness, she missed the whole training. Okay. Anybody know Wanda? Wanda, sorry about that, dear.
Yes, Madrina.
Okay, great.
Hello.
Wanda,
Hi.
yeah, sorry, we didn't know you were out there. We were so
Okay.
engrossed in what we were doing. Okay, guys, so
Okay.
we're gonna go live now. And based on the things that you guys said for under your people, places, and products. So let's go. I'm sorry, I can't find you guys. Here we go. Let's go live to Facebook, back to Facebook again. Okay. So I'm going to share one and then you guys will see what I mean. And then I'm going to ask somebody from you guys to give me somebody. So I'll go ahead and give you Tony Robbins because obviously I like Tony Robbins. So I'm in a lot of Tony Robbins groups. I'll go with one that is Tony Robbins. Here we go. So here's a Are you guys seeing my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so this is a Tony Robbins group. If I wasn't already in it, all we would do is push join. We're looking, this is it happens to be a private group, but most of the groups that I'm teaching you guys about is public groups, so you can join. So this group has 60,000 members. This happens to be a group of people who are already signed up for this event and they're going. So what did I do? I wrote a post yesterday. And then here's see how people just write and they just want engagement. Somebody wrote here, what's more challenging, getting started or staying consistent? So I could just go in here and say, just staying consistent. Oh, here, my post, and I didn't even go back. Don't do what I just did, guys. I didn't even go back and see the day I posted it. So check it out. Yesterday, I put this post in here. Congratulations to everyone who stepped up. So I'm congratulating the people in the group who are coming to the Florida Unleash the Power Within. And what Warren Buffett said, remember I told you guys I was doing this whole thing on Warren Buffett. That was my thing for this week. And look at here, 27 people liked it. And I just did this like last night. And one person commented, I know you, Lee, she's so sweet. Looks, lots to catch up on. Okay, great. And so here, all I need to do is go here and I see this whole list of people. I don't even know half these people. I know some of them because I know some of these people. But I can go to these people and we didn't get to the script for that, but there's a script that you want to send people and you want to say, hey, thank you so much for liking my post on the Tony Robbins page. Really, really appreciate you doing that. Love to catch up with you and whatever. You're going to just create a relationship, some engagement. Remember, again, it's about engagement, but I have the whole script and you're going to see what you need to say. So that's what you do in these groups. You don't have to post something. You can also do what I did here, which was just answer somebody else's post. And then when you find somebody who has written something really good, what's some of the positive anchors that you've created? If somebody wrote something really good, I would go to that person and I would just say, like, I know KK, but I could go to that person and I can send her a direct message and say, oh, girl, I love what you said on the Tony Robbins group. That was so powerful. I would love to be in contact with you. And then this is somebody that you can now ask to be their friend. How we talked about adding 10 new friends a day. Guys, I'm telling you, you want to get your friends to where you see something like this. When you get to this point where you see that you have 4,996 friends, and then you have people waiting to be your friend. You see? So you like, oh, that's not, these are my new friend requests. Actually see these people here, but I already sent them a message. You can see, I don't ever confirm people. I don't ever confirm them. You send them the message like what I told you guys. Like, look at this girl. She sent me, I don't even know how she knows me. She sent me this. I checked out her page. She has 2,000 friends. These are people I don't know. She's doing something with some kind of foundation. So I sent her a message yesterday and said, oh, I thought I sent her a message. I'll probably fall asleep. This is like, but I can show you guys exactly what I do. I send the same message. I thought I sent this to her yesterday. Greetings, T. And I do everything I'm teaching you guys, I do exactly that. It's just, I have these already. Social media, I have them already listed, so I can just copy and paste. So this is the first one. DM for asking me to be a friend. I don't know if you guys can see that. I don't know if you guys see my social media. Yeah. So I just copy and paste. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you. When they do not respond, because some of these people won't respond, I send them a funny little message. So anyway, here's this lady. I just right there, same thing that you guys saw on what I gave you guys the script, exact same thing. Boom, I respond, send to her. There, live, done. Some of these people are already sent. I thought I did her yesterday because she sent that to me yesterday, but you can see the days. And I don't have enough, obviously, if you go back to mine, I don't have enough space to add all those people because I already have 4,996. which means I need to start getting rid of some of these people so I can make space for new people who are engaging with me. You're going to have people that are not engaging with you. You don't need to keep up your 5,000 friends, but you want to get to 5,000. So that's the point about that. How you saw what you do in the groups. Can somebody give me a name or a place or something that they put in on their list from the people, places, and can somebody?
I put Joyce Meyer.
You put who?
Joyce Meyer.
Oh, Joyce. I love Joyce too. Okay, so let's see if we can find a group for her. Joyce Meyer, and then we're going to go down here to groups. Okay, here we go. 253 followers, a public group. There's 30 posts a day. I like to go and find, there's another one, 204. That's a public group as well, 40 posts a day. Again, the more engagement, the better. Here's another, this is a private group though. You'd have to join to make that's private. But let's go to the top one that you said, Joyce Meyer's ministry followers. There's 253,000 people in this group, and you can join. And you can come in here and you can read things and you can like people's posts. So you can just say, oh, I like that. One thing I want to give you guys a tip. Don't use the word like, don't use the like so much. Try to use the love or care or any of these other ones. Some kind of way, if you're just going through and always liking people, that doesn't put the algorithm to make you guys go up when you start to do your post. Does that make sense? Remember, I told you it's about engagement, you engaging on other people's posts. So if you like something in her thing, and then you can always go to this person and say, send the person a message. Oh, I saw your post on Joyce Meyer's thing. That was so inspiring. Love to connect with you. Where are you from? Blah, 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 whatever. You see what I'm saying? So you're creating new and empowering friends that like something that you like. Right? So that was a great one. So that's what you want to do with that. So that's a group that you can absolutely join, sis. And that has 253,000 people in it. I'm sure you will find at least 3 people in there that you can create a community with. Anybody else have something that they want to look up? A place. How about a place? Somebody have a place?
St. Lucia.
St. Lucia. Okay. All right. St. Lucia groups. Here we go. I love St. Lucia group. That has this 10 posts today. Let's see. It has 18,000 members. There is, let's just see if there's another one that might be a little bit more. Wow, this is a St. Lucia group that has 320 posts a day. St. Lucia Investment Group, buy and sell. We would have to look in there and see, but they got a lot of posts in there. But these are people who like St. Lucia as well. But I would just go, let's try to find another one. I don't know if that one is going to be exactly what we want, because it sounds like maybe they're selling something, but let's go and see one. Let's go to this one. I love St. Lucia. Let's just go to the first one. It's 18,000 people in this group. So you can come in here and you can read and you can see posts and you can like them. But if you want to start engagement in here, you can come in here and say, guys, I'm considering coming to St. Lucia. What advice would you give me? And what are some places I should visit? And guess what that does? People are going to start writing to you. And then you're going to write back to them and say, thank you for commenting on that. I appreciate that. And start a conversation. But they like something that you like. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This is so much fun, guys. Creating relationship with people that you don't already know, and that you're creating a new empowering thing. See, like this guy, it was his birthday yesterday. These are like all of these people mostly are birthdays. And people love to call you and write to you what they're doing on their birthday. And they're just reconnecting. So that's great. There was something else I wanted to share with you guys. Oh, one other tip, because I'm going to now let you guys go and we can start doing this. You want to go to your home, and you're going to go up here. Remember I told you want to let your stories run so that when you put a story out there, it'll go out to more people. You just click on here and you just let it run. And you could turn the sound down and you just let them run. This is Sonica's. Sonica has some pretty good things. You just let them run. Just let them run. And you just let them run. And then
So you're saying it's good that we start.
So
putting
that's on the story part. That's on the story part. And you just let them run. And then when you get ready to put your story, it'll go up higher. Now, okay, so try to get out. Oh, shoot, I made a mistake. I didn't mean to hit this girl's thing again. Okay, so that's what you want to do. You want to let that story part run. Oh, Terrence, look, they said people I might know. There you are.
Yeah, that's me.
That's you. That's it. So, I mean, Facebook is so smart. It's going to give you, for those that don't have a lot of people already, you can also cheat here. Facebook is going to cheat for you, and they're going to give you people who you might know. You can ask them, you can add your 10 people by just some of the people that they say to you, right? Like I know a lot of these people, I just don't have space to add all these people. I don't, but you're going to see somebody here like, oh, shoot, I didn't think about so-and-so. Oh, let me reach out to, let me reach out to Wayne. It's actually my cousin. Reach out to Wayne and tell him about what we're doing, find out what's going on with him and tell him. So that's another cheating way to get your things up to, again, the goal is to get your friends up to 5,000 so that you never, ever have that scarcity mentality ever again, that you're going to run out of people. You won't ever run out of people, ever. I mean, there's so many people I haven't even had a chance to talk to about this amazing platform that we have. Okay, so everybody know you got your assignment to look at the groups, the Mary Kay's, remember how to do that. I'm just going to revisit this because we did have one person that was on the outside. You just go here to Mary Kay, click on Mary Kay, come down here. It's going to tell you how many of your friends, go to the last one. And now you got a list of friends, write those names down, and then we're going to send them a private message. I'm going to go back to the something else I wanted to share with you guys. Sometimes people ask me, how do you get the birthdays while I'm live here? If you go here to your name, no, you want to go to, I'm sorry, you're going to go to the home, and I only do this on my computer because not a phone person. So for those that are doing it on their phone, you're going to have to play around with it to find this, but I do it on my computer. And then you can just put in the word birthdays. If it doesn't show up, usually it's on the right-hand side. But if you come up, put the word birthdays and you see this green cake, that is where your birthdays are. And it's going to give you a list of all your friends that have upcoming birthdays. And every day I have so many birthdays. Come on, why so slow? You'll see here's all my birthdays. And then here's my recent birthdays. Kim, happy birthday, girl. That's how I knew it was her birthday. And then you have the upcoming one. So today I have to do all these. And what I just do is I go here and I send them a message, private message. And I just copy the birthday message. The one that I just shared with you guys. I go down and I copy it and I send it. That's it. Hey, so-and-so, happy birthday. Anything special on your birthday? You're going to get so much engagement just from the birthday list. The whole thing of this game, the name of this game is getting engagement. That's it. No, and becoming successful is a mundane process, but you got to be consistent. Does everybody believe, based on all the strategies that I share with you today, that you can do what I just shared with you? Can you do what I share with you? Everybody believe that?
Definitely.
I believe so.
I believe so.
Okay.
Definitely.
Because it's really not that hard to do, guys. It really is not that hard. I'm going to go back and just make sure that I covered most of the stuff that I wanted to cover tonight.
It's consistency.
Wait. Okay. a couple more screens that you can copy. Let me get you here. When you're in the groups, you can send this to people. Remember, I told you, hey, whatever their name is. I love the comment you made in the Tony Robbins group. How long have you been following Tony Robbins? How long have you been following Joyce Meyer? Have you ever seen her in person? Just have a normal conversation. Or, hey, John, I saw you were on the I Love St. Lucia. Have you visited there before? I'm thinking about going. What city do you recommend I go and stay in? Or what should I see when I'm there? What's the one or two things that you think I should absolutely see? Right? So you're learning about this place that you've been wanting to go to, and you're creating a new conversation. Okay, so that's what you want to do. Oh, shoot. People who like your post, I guess I didn't copy that. Sorry about that. I will get that for you guys. What you say when people like your post. And then these are some words you might want to consider using. I'm going to hold off on this part for you guys, because this is about when you do your post. You do want to start putting out posts. Give you a couple of tips on putting out posts. These are things that make people, that's kind of like words you can use to make people, when you're doing like longer posts. I'm not going to go over that today. What's going to happen is you're going to start getting people that are going to be curious about what it is that you're doing. And you can add them into our, let me go back live one more time. Sorry about this. I know we're going back and forth. I should have two screens, but I don't. So bear with me, guys. But I told you it was going to be a working session. So I want to make sure that we actually show you things that you absolutely can do. Okay, so we're back live on Facebook. Oh my goodness. Oh, doing a post.
We can't see your Facebook.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank
You're
you, sir.
welcome.
So you want to do, remember I told you there's going to be 3 types of posts that you're going to mainly do, right? If you guys go to the 90-day run, most of you guys are on my group are already on this. Go to the 90-day run group, and Terrence, I'll add you to this.
Okay.
This in here, there is some guides on social media and posting. You want to go ahead and download these guides, and you can start reading it. There's a link on what you should be doing each day. So, and also we had Sonica, she did that training on what to do. So you want to make your public declaration, or you want to do a post about, remember, you want to do a post adding value, engagement, and it's something that's going to be curiosity for the business, right? Those are the kind of 3 types. There's a whole video. There's a link to a video in here that you can watch a video. It's inside of this first one, the 90-day run one. You can add that. Oh, Terrence, you're not my friend on Facebook. I had to see. Let me add you, and then I'll add you on there. But getting back to, you want to make sure you add in a post. Okay, so let me go and share with you guys how you add a post, because I know some of you asked me that the other day. You're going to be on your own page. It's going to say, what are you up to in your mind? What are you up to? Let me go to mine so you can see. Go to my home. Same thing. You can just click in here and you can add a picture or a link to something. So I would say, go and find a very small clip. Go to YouTube, find something that you really like, a saying. Like I really like that Magic Johnson one today. Or, right now I'm all about the $1 million thing. So the other day I put I recorded myself doing the penny double daily. But you can come here and you can say, oh, okay, I want to put something from Eric the Preacher. I love his stuff, Eric Thomas. So you can go to Eric Thomas, let's just say, and you will find something that you like from his. And I would get something small, like short. Don't go too crazy. He has longer ones, but just find something real short. Keep their mind. Just read it. And then just all you have to do, let me just go and click one for you guys. Let me go to ones that I like. It doesn't matter. I can always erase it, but I'll just share with you guys how to do it. But I like to keep it less than 10 minutes or so if I can. Whatever it takes. Let's say I like this one, whatever it takes. Which I love Eric. He's awesome.
We all get what we tolerate.
Let me get rid of this.
But when you're no longer willing to tolerate,
Okay, so you're
there
gonna,
are two groups of people walking the earth.
okay, so there, boom. I love it. I'm gonna make sure you guys are seeing what I'm doing. I'm on YouTube and I found the video that I want to share. Add value. Remember, you always want to add value. You go down here to share and you can copy the link, and then you're gonna go back to your Facebook and you're gonna, where you were at on your Facebook, where it says what's on your mind, just say, hey, I had to share this with you. Had to share this with you. Enjoy it. And then you also want to say, let me know what you like. Let me know what you like about this. Or give me a thumbs up. I try not to do the give me a thumbs up because I want people to write something if they can. And then you just paste in the address, and that video now is on your page. And then I put a couple of, you don't have to know how to do this part yet, but you can always do some hashtags. So if somebody is searching Eric Thomas, my post can come up. Motivation, whatever. And I'll put that there, and then I can just post it. And boom, post it. And it's posted out to the world. You see why it says public, guys? Make sure your thing says public and it goes out to the world. It's on your Facebook, it's live. Everybody that's your friend and your friend's friends will see this because it's public now, and people can start to write comments on it, on whatever. So that's how easy and simple it is to do a post. Now, couple of tips, there is a fourth post that I didn't tell you guys. It's a lifestyle post. People, when they start coming to your page, they're going to check you out. They're going to say, oh, I saw this girl in the women's group. And they're going to come to your page and they're going to try to check you out. They're going to see what kind of stuff are you adding. I don't know why my stuff is not showing. Okay, here we go. So this is my page. They're going to come. They're going to see, oh, this is what she's about. International team builder. Boom, boom, boom. Problem solver. Okay, great. They can go to my link tree. They can get my links. But they're also going to come here. And what is somebody putting this on my page? Sometimes people add you and stuff. You can always take yourself out of this. Somebody added me in this post, obviously, because I didn't do this. So I can just get me off of this, remove the tag. So I didn't do that. I don't want that on my page. So they can come and they can see the stuff that I put in here. And like all of these people I put that up last night. I need to go and write all of these people, thank you for liking on my post. These are people who have the same mindset that I have, right? Obviously. And I can just write to them and I'll share with you guys what you say when people like your post. Let me do it now. I thought I had copied it already, but I'll read it for you guys. All of this I have in a little document. People connected in a while. Once someone likes your post, hey, thank you for, okay, make sure you guys can see that. Thank you so much for liking or commenting, whatever they did on my picture in that training I was doing. I was just wondering, were you being supportive or would you like some information on what I do? So, depending on what your post is, if it's just a post about, like mine yesterday was about mindset, hey, I could just say, thank you so much for liking or commenting on my picture about mindset. I mean, this is what I'm into, helping people, create additional streams of income. Were you just being supportive, or would you like some information on what I do? Again, it's curiosity. I'm not saying I'm doing co-op. I'm not saying any of that. It's just creating curiosity. Okay. So guys, in a nutshell, that's what I do to expand my network. I'm just gonna make sure that I went over all the slides for you. I will record this and make sure you guys have it. If you have any questions, you can speak up now. Just trying to make sure.
Question. would you be able to show us how to make sure we have public?
Yes, great. Okay, so I could absolutely do that. Let me stop my sharing. Let's have you, oh, another tip on, you can go and add a YouTube video, or you can go on Google and go under images and you can select it. This is what I teach people real quick. I'll do that, Carol. We'll do one. I'll show you. Do this.
Screen.
Huh?
You can't see your screen.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it come up. One second.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Okay. So when you want to, let's say you had a Bible verse that you like a lot. Carol, give me a Bible verse you like a lot.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him and he will direct your path.
Okay, so you see, I got trust in the Lord with all your heart. And then I would go down here and move this out of the way. I would go to where it says images. So I just Googled it, go to images. You always want to go down to like the second line. The first line is stuff you got to buy. You want to go down to the second or third line and find one that you like. Okay, boom. Well, let's say you like this one. Oh, I like the way they wrote that out. This one. You're going to come over here and you're going to right click and you're going to go down to save image. And then you got to save the image and you'll save it in whatever folder you want to save it in. I just save it in the pictures. And then I have one that says Facebook quotes. And then I'm kind of anal, so I do usually put the, this isn't the right folder, but I put the date and what it is. So I would say it's 10/7, and this is trust in the Lord. Right? So I know on 10/7, I sent this out, trust in the Lord with all your heart, boom, boom. And then I go back to, and now I have it, that's there. And then I would go back to my Facebook and I would just add that on my Facebook page with a little note. So images, the point that I was telling you is you don't have to be something that you created. Go and get some images offline, right click and paste it, and you're good to go. So I come back here and I go to wanting to post it. So what you wanted to know is how to make it public. You come back here. I got this thing in my way. I don't know if you guys can see that. I hope not. This thing is in my way. Okay, so you come back here and then you're gonna go where you're gonna post something. So you can say, oh, trust in the Lord. I'm not gonna post this live. Trust in the Lord. And right here, Carol, it's a little button. You can push it down and it'll say to your friends only, to your friends only, to me, specific friends, custom you want. And then I had all these groups when I used to do groups myself. But then I always just change it to this top one that says public. Public, now it's public, you see?
Yes.
Go here to add the picture, you go to photo. And you go to the folder that you put it in, which I put mine in pictures, Facebook quotes. And I would go and find trust in the Lord. Oh, well, today's date, I go by date. So I go to today's date because I already know that's the one I want to use. Use today's date. And I write whatever I want to write in here. And then I would just push post. Okay. Since I already posted one today and I'm not going to post that one. But that's how you make it public.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else, any questions, comments? Did you guys find this valuable?
Oh, definitely.
Very valuable.
And not just that it's valuable, but will you guys go out and do the steps that we need done?
I've already started.
Good.
Yeah, me too.
Join these groups, guys. Meet new people, but also don't forget about your own friends. Remember, let's go back real quick for the people who just joined. Let's go back real quick to our 8 things that we need to do every day. Just review that. Just review that really quickly. Okay, I'm gonna just review it real quick. invite your guests to the presentation. So once you got people through this, this is like having a funnel, right? The beginning is starting a relationship with them. The end is where they're going to be asking you, what is it that you do? You can invite them to a presentation. So you always want to have at least 5 to 10 people that you can invite to the next presentation, which is tomorrow at 6 o'clock, guys. Don't forget 6 o'clock tomorrow, the VBR team VBR. You also want to have your VBR. So when are you going to have your VBR? Reach out to 10 new friends. You just learn how to do that by giving compliments. Do your birthday wishes and reminders. Everybody's going to have those birthday ones that I showed you how to find those. Reach out to 5 to 10 people that you already know and reconnect. Use that. Hey, I just ran across your picture. Wanted to find out, we haven't connected in a while. Wanted to find out what you're up to. You want to do that. 5 to 10 people that you already know, meaning look at your friends and start going through your friends. Expand your reach, join a new group, or work the group that you're already in. If you get in that women's group that I just gave you, there's 500,000 people in it. I mean, goodness gracious. Or the things that you like, that Joyce Meyer one, that was a great one, Carol. That's 200 something thousand people, or 100,000 people. That's great. Work the groups that you're in. Add a public declaration. If you haven't done that yet, I just started a new project. Put some emojis out there and nothing else. Watch people ask you what it is, and they remember to respond privately. Send them a private message. If you've already done that, I started a new project, then create a curiosity post or an add value post. Add something so when people start coming to your page, they can see your footprint, that you're positive, that you're inspiring, that you want to add value. You're not a taker, you're a giver. And then just make sure every day you're following up with people who've already seen the presentation. One tip on this follow-up, people who've already seen the presentation, we did that today with a young man out of Africa. He was still waiting to try to get his money. Guys, I have not been a big proponent of the free system, but now my eyes have been open. If a person has seen the presentation, after the presentation, and they I need to think about it, I need to do that. No problem, John. Let me just get your name and your email. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set you up with a free system. And while you get your money together or get your crypto wallet together, or while you're thinking about it, you can just go and play around with it and add some people yourself and see how the money moves and fluctuates. Now you have that person in your system as a free member, and they add some people. Those people might come and check it out and want to be a part of it. So you're tap rooting into those people's. You see what I'm saying, guys? So that's another thing you can do with following up with people who have seen the presentation. That lady that came to the presentation, Carol, your VBR last week, or the week before. Let's get her in a free system. Let's get her email and get her in on a free system. So that's it, guys. I think we went over a lot today. If anybody needs to see the scripts, I'm going to go through them real quick again, and then we can be done. Clean up your pictures. Make sure you're using your bio. Search for those groups, those network marketing, your friends that are network marketing, how we talked about. Here you go. If you will need to take a screenshot. When people request to be your friends, make sure you're on those right away. Private message when it's their birthday. When they respond, write back, keep the conversation going. If they're raising money, here's a script for that. Here's what you say when you haven't talked to them in a while, just ran across your picture. Sometimes you'll see comments that, if you scroll through, you got to give this a little bit of time too, guys. Don't think that, everything's going to happen overnight. This is not how success is not made overnight. It happens from you being consistent with your efforts. Okay, of course, we know our script, really, opening up, really listening to them, find out what's going on with them. Our 2 questions. Preferably, you want to say these things live in person. Obviously, from there, the I'm new part, get them into a call, get them on a live call, a VBR. And then this is the DM when you like comments and questions. And that's it we're gonna do for today. I'm not gonna go into showing you how to do your live video. You definitely want to learn how to start going live, but we'll do that on the next call. I'm gonna stop the screen sharing. And I'll open it up. Any questions, comments? You guys ready to go to work?
Thank you.
Got enough that you can go out and make some hay with it?
Definitely. Thank you for your time. It's always appreciated.
You're welcome.
Yes, it is very much appreciated, Marshonda.
You're welcome. Guys, show me your appreciation by really going out there and doing it, expanding your network, never thinking that you don't have enough people. You have so many thousands and thousands of people. You guys saw that one post the lady wrote about somebody seeking funding. And within 48 hours, I think, or maybe 72 hours, she had over 1,200 people asking for information on funding. And that was just one post. So I'm telling you, there's so many people we can help with this. And just try to, use some of these scripts and you're going to see, wow, this stuff really works. You're going to be like kind of shocked that, oh my goodness, I didn't just splash people with, or spam them with, oh, you got to come look at this. Da, 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 da. No, take time, create a relationship, find out what they need, give them what they need. You'll always get what you want. Okay. Anybody want to share their screen? Want to show me what groups they joined? We got a couple minutes. I told this was going to go to 9:30, 6:30.
At the Joyce Myers one.
You joined the Joyce Meyer group. Great.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Terrence, you said you started. What did you join?
Yeah, I didn't join a group yet. I added David Goggins video to my my timeline because I follow a lot of his stuff.
So why not find one of his groups?
Because I didn't want to miss what you were saying. So I just did a little.
Whose group? Who's
David Goggins? He's an ex-Navy SEAL.
Okay.
He had some learning disabilities and a lot of challenges, and was I think the only 32nd Black Navy SEAL.
Wow. That's awesome. That's the kind of stuff that we're talking about, adding value, putting it out there, and then just it's unbelievable how many groups are out there with people that people that have the same interests that we have. Sometimes we think, oh, I gotta go out and I gotta do this, be this, a different person. No, you don't. You just have to be you. And with you're gonna learn and you're gonna find there's people like you that like the things that you like, and they will like co-op as well. So I hope this was of value to you guys. It will be recorded. I'll put it in our Telegram group. If you have any questions, now is the time. I'm going to open it up for you guys, comments. Steph, I see you on here. I know you're probably doing 100 different things. Madrina, Wanda, any comments from you guys? You the troopers.
More in depth now.
Huh?
I kind of get it now. It's more in depth. It's
Okay. Good. So Madrina, what groups would you join?
I'm getting out of work now, so I'm just
Okay.
I'm just fumbling with things right now. I said, what groups will I join?
What groups would you join?
Have I joined? You said.
Yeah. Have you joined or would you join?
Oh, I have to go back and check into the I know I've joined the women's.
Uh-huh.
I'm on that one.
That one is a big, huge one, of course. But
Yeah.
also for you, you're a caregiver, and why don't you look into some of those groups with, different caregivers? So a lot of times those people also want to make additional money,
Mhm.
So I think that I tell you, one of you guys might want to stay away from. I tried this. I tried to join sometimes these I tried to join these groups that were like fundraising groups.
Mhm.
And they were just like, a lot of them were like just a waste of time because some of those people are scammy people and, you know, trying to scam people and stuff. So I'm like, nah, I'm just gonna go with the people that I, you know, like women group, mommy group, stay at home moms, you know, teachers, you know, people who I know that like to, you know, network marketers that like to, so I would stay away from a lot of those fundraising groups because most of those are like people that are scams. But like those cryptocurrency ones, you saw how many people are loving cryptocurrency. I mean, guys, and you can learn a lot. Some of these groups you could just get in, like I'm getting on a call tonight and I'm on this group and they just teach you all about cryptocurrency. I'm like, oh, okay. You know, education. And it's a whole nother group of people, right? So just think about, you know, sometimes just joining educational things, stuff that you know, that you're into, you're going to be around people that you wouldn't have been exposed to. Okay. All right, guys.
Oh, okay.
Wanda, what about you, dear?